Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, brilliant, masterful fight on Terence Crawford's part.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
The tension was undeniable when Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather Jr. faced off live on air, with the exchange escalating quickly as Mayweather appeared to downplay Crawford's achievements and questioned the level of his opposition, a take that didn't sit well with many fans who sensed a deeper competitive edge behind the comments, turning the moment into more than just a debate and instead a symbolic clash between 2 generations of elite fighters, where legacy, dominance, and respect were all on the line, as while Floyd continues to stay active through exhibition bouts, Crawford has been building his case by dominating across weight divisions. And when the host raised the question of who truly holds the crown, it shifted the atmosphere completely, transforming a discussion into a direct comparison of greatness that left the room silent and the boxing world divided over whose legacy stands taller.
For me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Terence Crawford stayed composed, showing his usual calm and respect, as he responded by acknowledging that Floyd Mayweather Jr. set the standard in boxing, but emphasized that every era has its own king, making it clear that his focus remains on his own path and legacy rather than getting drawn into comparisons.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Do you talk the talk and you sure walk the walk? Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now.
But as expected, Floyd Mayweather Jr. wasn't backing down, leaning in with a sharp response as he dismissed the idea that beating Canelo Alvarez automatically put someone on his level, a comment that instantly sparked a reaction, as Terence Crawford's achievements are widely respected, and fans quickly flooded discussions because it was clear that downplaying his accomplishments wasn't going to go unchallenged, turning the moment into a heated clash of pride, legacy, and recognition between 2 elite champions.
You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? You know what I'm saying? If we was ever, keep it real, boy. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hate type shit to me.
Like Clyde.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
After all, Terence Crawford didn't just win, he dominated, delivering a performance that fans saw as complete control from start to finish, leaving little room for debate and making Canelo Alvarez look far more ordinary than expected in the ring, while at the same time Floyd Mayweather Jr. remains active in exhibition discussions, even being linked to names like Mike Tyson. Crawford continues to focus on unifying titles and strengthening his position at the very top of the sport, reinforcing the contrast between legacy preservation and current dominance.
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is happening. What the f is going on? This is where boxing is in 2025. And listen, I'm not going to complain because I understand the layout of things. We already had Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We have Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. This feels like the Temu version of it. And that sounds crazy because we have two of the greatest of all time about to participate in this, but both of them are about 30 years past their sell-by date in an exhibition bout in which their weights will be 60 to 70 to 80 pounds different. If you got on board with Jake and Mike, it was because at least they were going to weigh the same. I don't even know what to think. Someone on Twitter said it perfectly. Either everybody in the world is going to want to watch this or 10,000 people will watch it. Probably both men want a shit ton of money and they're being promised a shit ton of money, but
that's when Terence Crawford stepped in and said, "Prove it in the ring to Floyd Mayweather Jr., not online or in interviews." And instantly the internet blew up.
This is the situation, guys. No one has ever been a 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, Pacquiao won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division.
Get them all.
Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter, then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship, and then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts, including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight but knew what had just happened.
Terence Crawford isn't in this for the spotlight. He's making history, undefeated at 42-0 with 31 knockouts, becoming the first male boxer to hold undisputed titles in 3 weight classes: lightweight, welterweight, and super welterweight, and earning it the hard way without cherry-picked opponents, catchweight gimmicks, or political maneuvering.
And I'm gonna get a lot of too, but honestly, there could be the way where you put Crawford over Mayweather. Because of going up, you didn't see Mayweather go up from 147 to 168. That's crazy, bro. And not even, and honestly, I thought Crawford was gonna have more of a hard time because he had a hard time with Madronov. So imagine going up to it. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, but I don't want to take nothing away from Mayweather. Mayweather's the greatest of all time. But I think that was a really big risk that Crawford took, and then he ended up winning. You know what I mean? So you have to give credit to that too. I mean, that's a big risk. That would be like me going up and fighting Usyk right now. Heavyweight.
I know that's been kind of hinted.
I'm not thinking of that right now. I'm not thinking of that right now. No, but that's kind of like how that'd be. You know what I mean? So you have to, bro. That's a lot of. He has a lot of balls to do that. And not only to go do that to show the world that he's really like that.
From dominating Errol Spence Jr., a fighter many thought was unbeatable, to moving up and outclassing Canelo Alvarez in front of 70,000 fans, Terence Crawford isn't just the top fighter today. He's making a serious case for being one of the greatest of all time.
Heard Canelo a couple of times, and he looked spectacular. Congratulations to Terence Crawford for that great performance, and man, it was a great fight.
Were you expecting more from Canelo?
I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting Canelo to knock out Crawford, to be honest with you, because it's a 3-weight divisions. Well, he did fight one time at a higher division, but and to me, it's 3 weights, you know. He had to go up a lot in weight, and that's what I was expecting. But at the end of the day, you know, I got to give respect to Canelo. You know, he has done so much in boxing that it will be hard for somebody else to achieve and make. He trained hard, you know, and he said that he tried, but the body did not respond. And I've been saying that, you know, the body is worn out, you know. Canelo is young, but in boxing life, he's worn out.
Even analysts like Max Kellerman are taking notice, suggesting that Terence Crawford's resume could be even more complete and polished than that of Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Because, like, if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. Oh, yes. That makes a difference to people.
Here's the reality. Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s 50-0 record is iconic, no question. But critics often argue that some wins came at ideal timing, like facing Manny Pacquiao after he had slowed and Shane Mosley past his prime, while Terence Crawford is seen as taking on opponents at their peak and breaking them down completely.
Canelo couldn't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His feet, footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time for sure.
Let's be real. Floyd Mayweather Jr. transformed boxing into a billion-dollar business, building a brand so powerful that his name alone could generate massive paydays. But recently that shine has started to fade as he focuses more on spectacle events, including exhibition talks involving Mike Tyson, who even at his age still carries serious power and danger.
You recently said that you're going to be fighting Floyd Mayweather. Why the hell did he agree to fight you? That seems like a bad decision by him.
Well, listen, I was minding my business. I'm flying my birds, tending to my children, and he's the one, he came with the sign. His name was on the contract signed already. And he was talking really bad and nasty to me, so I was like, God damn. I thought we were friends, he talked crazy. He's all right.
That's got to be such a cool thing for boxing fans, though, Mike, to have two of the all-time legends in there. Are you excited just to see the thing of that like it was with you and Roy?
Nah, man, we want to get him, man. What you talking about? You guys talking crazy. Like, kick his ass.
He doesn't know what he signed up for.
Yeah, I thought the exhibition. He's talking crazy.
So he's like, but Mike, come on, man. He can't be doing anything to you. Like, that's a bad decision by him.
Hey, he made a good money choice, though.
And the fans aren't buying it, as Floyd Mayweather Jr., once hailed as the greatest, is now being criticized as overly focused on money, with many believing that a spectacle fight like this doesn't elevate his legacy but instead puts it at risk, while experts, commentators, and even fellow fighters have warned that stepping into something like this could be seen as reckless rather than meaningful for his career.
Tyson, if there were some pre-arrangement, for this fight, Tyson's animosity, well documented towards Floyd. Any chance that he's going in there and, saying, hey, screw all, I don't care what agreement was made, if there was one at all, I want to kill this dude?
Nah. He gonna get a check. Floyd's gonna get a check. And they're gonna get a check that's real huge because of their names. So nobody's finna fuck their money.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is stepping into the ring against Mike Tyson, a man who can still flatten opponents, and doing it more for spectacle than true competition, while Terence Crawford is seen as carrying the torch for boxing's integrity with real fights, real championships, and real consequences. And when asked why he hasn't faced Crawford, Floyd sidestepped it by saying he has already proven everything.
I was saying that if he beats Canelo, it could put him as even the greatest of all time. What does that put him in the all-time list, man?
At least top 10.
At least
top 10.
top
10 or top 15, easily, There's guys that we may not know of or heard of, like Henry Armstrong. Simultaneously, he was 3 divisions carrying all 3 weight divisions at the same time.
Which performance was better? I don't like to compare them, but Crawford or Mayweather's over Canelo. Like it's just different.
It's just different styles, different looks, But the punching, the output that he was giving Canelo, definitely gave him the win.
And Terence Crawford just gave a quiet smile because that pause from Floyd Mayweather Jr. spoke volumes. Crawford didn't need to shout or show off. He let his words do the work, saying he's built different and doesn't chase money, he chases moments. That line landed on Floyd Mayweather Jr. like a perfect body shot because it hit a nerve, as critics argue he built his fortune through calculated matchups, while Terence Crawford is shaping his legacy by taking on tough challenges head-on.
That Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason. But Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
Terence Crawford isn't hiding behind retirement and isn't picking easy or spectacle fights. He's stepping up and taking real risks, which is why Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s comments about Canelo Alvarez came off as bitter to some fans, as they see it as an attempt to downplay a performance that made a major statement. And while Floyd leans toward exhibition-style events, Crawford is focused on shaping his legacy through real competition, showing a clear divide in boxing today between entertainment-driven matchups and fighters committed to high-level competition, including names like Gervonta Davis and Naoya Inoue, who continue to represent the sport at its most competitive level.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so
yeah, it's good.
It's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he can do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s side thrives on spectacle and drama, while Terence Crawford's path is about building a true legacy, and fans are starting to see that difference clearly, as reactions to exhibition talks like those involving Mike Tyson have been more mixed than exciting, while every time Crawford speaks the boxing world pays attention, because he's calling out active champions and chasing real challenges, not easy paydays. And even legends like Roy Jones Jr. have begun suggesting Crawford may be closing in on or even surpassing Floyd's legacy, showing how today greatness is being judged less by undefeated records and more by risk and competition. And after that interview the fan base was split, with some still backing TBE and others declaring it now belongs to Crawford's era.
Back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. You know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions. You know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight.
Twitter exploded with fans claiming Floyd Mayweather Jr. had sold out his legacy while Terence Crawford keeps proving himself in the ring. With the upcoming talk around Mike Tyson seen by many as pure spectacle, even fighters are divided as Shakur Stevenson backed Crawford saying we're witnessing greatness, while Calvin Ford stayed neutral, calling both fighters greats of their eras, and in a way that sums it up. Floyd built the platform, but Crawford is reminding everyone why boxing truly matters.
We've had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that fight.
Yes, sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terrence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in that
sense is crazy. The funny thing about it is Terrence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out. Yeah.
You know? Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG somewhere.
Somebody got a pioneer, right?
You gotta. There's an OG you can't outfigure out somewhere, and I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't outfigure.
Every era has its icon, from Muhammad Ali to Mike Tyson to Floyd Mayweather Jr., and now many see Terence Crawford carrying that torch forward. But the difference is Crawford didn't demand the spotlight, he earned it. While Floyd built an empire by mastering boxing as a business, Crawford is shaping his legacy by mastering it as an art. Not dodging challenges or waiting for perfect paydays, but stepping in with top fighters and making his mark decisively.
Before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists, you know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course he is.
This live interview moment mattered because it went beyond egos, as Floyd Mayweather Jr. showed why he's the blueprint who shaped the modern game, while Terence Crawford made it clear he represents the next evolution, and by the end neither backed down, with Floyd standing on his legacy and Crawford positioning himself as the upgrade.
I beat this guy, it's an excuse, I beat this guy, you know, he's too young or whatever. So I'm never really gonna get my full respect until afterwards. Yes, you know, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative. Like, man, y'all watching something great right now, and we not appreciating it. And it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career. You know, we really didn't realize it until now, when he's like doing extraordinary stuff, like going up 2 weight classes to fight the best fighter in that division, the #1 guy that's the face of boxing, you know. And the way that I handled that, people like, oh man, something had to be wrong. Canelo had to be washed, or Canelo just wasn't in it. I see people saying, oh, Turkey paid for Canelo to lose, you know. So I just think, you know, when you that much better than the competition, you know, people not going to give you credit until they sit down and look at it and just be like, man, that dude was good.
And when Terence Crawford delivered the line, "Prove it in the ring," to Floyd Mayweather Jr., you could feel the tension shift, as even Floyd seemed to register what fans are starting to believe, that Crawford isn't just leading boxing right now, he represents it. So the real question is whether Mayweather's era is truly over, or if there's still one defining moment left for the legend. Share your thoughts in the comments and hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next.